right, so we're going to take a look here. We're going to see what the overall energy is for you guys. Overall energy for Capricorn. Overall energy for Capricorn, please. Okay, I feel like this one wanted to come out. Oh, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, very interesting because Scorpio had the same exact overall energy. Okay, so some of you might be holding on to, in regards to work, because we're looking at work first, could be holding on to your finances. You could possibly be holding on to your actual job. All right, you're holding on to something here. Some of you might be saving for a particular project or item or vacation, but I do see that you guys here are holding on for dear life to something for some reason. But we're going to go ahead and get some clarity here. All right, this could also talk about security. So we are focusing on the second house here, and the second house talks about the material things. It also talks about, you know, your money, your security, how secure you are in life. And the 10th house focuses on your career and your life purpose. So you might be holding on to some ideas about how to, you know, gain more money. You might be feeling very secure right now, although I do get the energy that this is more pertaining to holding on to something in fear of possibly losing it, or wanting to save money for a particular reason here. But let's see what we can clarify. Okay, so very interesting as well. We do have the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. All right, so what I'm seeing here so far with the Tower, some of you might be looking at something here coming up. If it hasn't already, there could be some shocking news. This might have been something pertaining to your job or something pertaining to your finances. So I believe that this is why you are holding on to your money. But the Tower is a very interesting time in itself. It's something that's rather shocking, something that just came out the blue, something that you did not expect, right? So with the way of the world today, some of you may be literally holding on to your money or planning to save your money for a rainy day, because the world is in complete chaos right now. I mean, with everything that's going on, some of you may literally be thinking about the future now, because there was something that happened very shocking. We didn't know that, you know, this was going to happen. So a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people had shorter hours at work, which equate to less money. But there was something for you guys that was either in the world that was very shocking to you, or in your own existence within your own home. And this could possibly, you know, like I said, be something where at your job, maybe there was some unexpected changes, or maybe your job ended up not opening back the doors, or, you know, closing their doors down due to what's going on. But I do see here, well, further clarify, I do see here with the Wheel of Fortune, definitely was something that changed. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune, we're seeing that there was something that changed or is going to change. Okay, so this is the wheel of life. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, just depending on where you are in your life at this moment. So I do feel like for some of you, you do know that there are some changes. I think there was some changes that did happen. Some of you may just anticipate that there could be something to come, and you feel the change, you feel the shift, and this is why you're deciding to hold on a little tighter to your resources, to your funds. Okay, and maybe for some of you, you're wanting to hold on to your job a little tighter because, you know, you want to be able to save just in case, you know, this happens again. Some of you, you're your jobs did not shut down, but you're like, you know what? I see what could happen. Thank God that I have my job. I'm holding on to it because I can see how quickly things can change. The Wheel of Fortune can also talk about intuition. Again, this is why I'm saying that some of you are feeling this change or knew something was going to happen, but it could also be about karma. Okay, so there could be something that you invested in the past, and it may have caused you some losses, and so you're like, I'm not willing to take this gamble again. But I do feel like for the collective, there was something that really, really woke you up, or something that happened in your own particular life, in your own particular work environment, that is making you feel the need to save or to focus on, financial security, job security. But I feel like this is something that you guys are really, really seeking and trying to hold on to. Now, we also have the Nine of Cups in reverse here. Okay, so with the Nine of Cups, we're looking at, a little bit of ego. This also talks about material wealth and wanting to obtain material wealth. And maybe, the ego getting the best of you and really spinning out of control, like overspending or buying things that are more expensive when you could be more reasonable and get something at lower prices. But I think that, again, I feel like for some of you, you may have had the ability to do that, but with everything that's going on in your home or in your work or in the world, it's like something is telling you, you know what, I can't really do that as much as I used to be able to. Okay, so I feel like there's a real pullback. For some of you, I feel like there's something going on with your home, okay, because I do see this tower here. We already had talked about it. But with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it can also talk about your home being under a threat because of a financial struggle or something that has to do with debt. All right. Some of you might be in the position right now to where you're losing your home, or you're not being able to stay any longer where you reside. This could be evictions. But I do feel like this is why you're trying to hold on to your job or trying to hold on to your finances, because there is something of a detriment that is going on. All right. So in the workplace, though, I'm also seeing that for some of you, this could be that your job has closed the doors, or is thinking about closing their doors, or is considering not opening up. All right. So however this applies to you. Okay, now let's take a look here with the Two of Cups in reverse. There could be a lot of stress at work. I'm seeing that there could be something that, again, we're talking about intuition. There's something in your instincts pertaining to work, or there could be some things that you had overlooked before, and now they've come out in the wash. And it's like, you know what? I knew it. I knew there was something going on. And, maybe you ignored it at the time. And now with the Tower coming out, something may not have seemed right to you when it came to work. For others of you, I feel like there could be a situation where in the home life and relationships, maybe there is something, maybe this is a divorce, maybe this is a separation, maybe someone is moving outside of the home, and this is why you are really holding on to your money, and this is why work is so significant to you at this point in time. Some of you may have experienced a glitch in the system when it comes to work. There could have been something that happened where you guys didn't get your pay, or all of your pay, or something like that. Some of you could be unemployed and been waiting for your unemployment checks to come in, or something that had to do with the emergency funds, and there was a glitch in the system. So you did have a little bit of money left, or you had gotten, is what I'm saying, partially paid, but you didn't get all of your pay. There was like a glitch in the system. But I do feel like there was something that is there, and it's like not having the full understanding of what really happened. Yeah, it was like something that has happened. It's like not really being able to understand it, but it's like it's causing you stress. Okay, I feel like your work life is causing a lot of stress for you, and for some of you there's a lot of stress at home because of work. Okay, you could have some stressors that involve you working so much, because you do want that security, because a part of you with this Nine of Cups in reverse, you're like, I want to have the finer things in life, and so I have to work in order to do that. And so this is causing some issues in your relationship, in your home life. But I do see that for work. So let's go ahead and go a little further and take a look at what this outcome is going to be pertaining to work here. Outcome for work, please. Okay, out it comes. All right. So we have the Two of Swords. It did come out in reverse. All right. So I feel like there hasn't been a decision made yet. I feel like some of you are trying to figure out what it is that you need to do, what it is that you want to do. If this has to do with you just trying to hold on to your job right now and trying to really figure it out, or trying to find another job that, is going to be as secure, it's like you haven't really taken the full initiative to make the decision, or you're so overwhelmed that it's very difficult to be able to make the decision. But we're going to go ahead and clarify. I feel like the outcome is, yeah. So we have the Queen of Swords. There is a time where you're going to have to cut out something here that is no longer serving you. So either you need to, leave one job and go to another job, or you're going to have some really, really serious talks with your boss and say, you know what, this is affecting my home life, and I really have to find a perfect balance, because I'm afraid of, losing my family. So this is what I'm seeing. But you are somewhat struggling. So I feel like there are some, because this is in reverse, I do have it on the altar upright, but I feel like there have been some excuses that you might have been, telling yourself, like, okay, I have to do what I have to do. I have to work. I have to do, but, and I get that. But what I'm seeing, for those of you, for Capricorn, what I'm seeing is this is posing a real issue in your household. So I feel like some of you are getting a little upset or a little bit angry that this is even being discussed. So I just want you to literally take a step back and really hear what your partner is saying, because if this continues, this is going to turn into bitterness. All right. And then your household is going to be under even more stress. All right. But I don't think that you're aware. I don't think that you're really aware of either the way that your job might be standing in the way of your, your household, your family. And if this isn't about that, then it's like you're under extreme stress and you're not really, it's almost like you're making excuses. Like, I have to hold on to this job, and I get it. I have to hold on to this job, but it's like you're under a lot of stress. If you've been putting in a lot of hours, if you've been, working really hard and you're feeling run down, it's like you really need to be aware of what your body is telling you. Some of you, I'm feeling, have had a lot of headaches. You're not sleeping well. You're not eating well. And the excuses that you're making are not pertaining to work. It's almost like you're afraid to say, okay, well, I'm overworked. Well, I'm under a lot of stress here. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing here. And for those of you that are unemployed, it's like you're waiting. There hasn't been a decision that has been made yet. You might be hearing a lot of excuses as to, oh, we're going to get around to it, or, it's coming. Something like that. Someone keeps saying they're going to call or they're going to get right back to you. You're hearing a lot of excuses, and to you it's just coming off as bad behavior. So what I'm seeing in this situation right now, I'm feeling like, there are some excuses that are being made, rather if it's by you or by others surrounding you. But I feel like this is something that needs to be addressed. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify the Two of Swords, please. Two of Swords. Two of Swords. And I am sensing, Capricorn, I will tell you, I feel like a lot of you are under a lot of stress. You might be someone that is an empath, or someone that, with whatever's going on in the outside world, it really does affect you. So I do feel like there's a little bit of imbalance in your emotions. And I'm seeing that really clearly. Okay. So we have the King of Pentacles. This also came out in reverse. All right, so with the King of Pentacles in reverse, this again is exactly what I was just talking about. This, we'll just talk about it, could be a boss. All right, this could be a boss that tends to be very, very untrustworthy. This could be something that's very corrupt that's going on in your workplace. Okay, so there could be someone that is around you, I feel like, in your workplace that might be untrustworthy and could be having some corrupt dealings going on. For others of you, you might be aware, if your boss is telling you that they have applied for unemployment for you and you haven't seen any payments, you might want to check with unemployment yourself, because you might be sitting here waiting on something to come, and it could be that your boss really isn't as trustworthy as you thought and has not submitted the information to release those funds, or for the unemployment department to even know who you are. Okay, so you might want to do your own digging around with that. This could also talk about debt, and about how your finances are being spotlighted right now due to overspending. Yeah, somebody here has been overspending, and this has possibly caused you to have to spend, or for you to have to save, rather, some money. Or save the money that you have left, because again, this is coming up again. Someone here has been possibly overspending and not wanting to deal with the fact that they did manage their money, not in a way that would be conducive to, the daily life. I feel like someone here just saw a lot of nice things and overspent, and now it's like, oh my god, it's the shock of, I thought I had more money than that, or there's unexpected debt that's now coming up. This could be you. I feel like for some of you this is the case, or this could be a situation in your household. Maybe your loved one, your spouse or your wife has overspent, and it's like, now we have to really save, now I have to work a little bit more. Something like that. But there's a tone of overspending here is what I'm seeing. So in the work forefront, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of stress that needs to be addressed. Okay. And it's not being addressed. So that is what I am seeing here. And I hope that you guys will sit down and make the decisions to do what's right for you and for your household. Because I do see that there is something that needs to be addressed. And for some of you, I don't know why this is coming up, but for some of you, you may be holding on to your money, and there could be someone else that's in the household, and they feel like, you're holding on to your money and you're allowing them to pay more things. Or this could be vice versa. There could be a discrepancy in, okay, we're supposed to be going half, and maybe you're holding on to more of your money, and they're having to foot more of the bill. Or that could be vice versa. Maybe you are, your hard-earned money is going more into the bills, and someone else isn't putting in their share. But yeah, it's time to address this. Whichever way this is going, it needs to be addressed. But I feel like there is something that has to do with work, and the work is affecting the home life. But let's move into career. This is the life purpose deck. So this part, of course, may or may not resonate for some of you. Even if this part has, there might be some direct messages that come out about specific careers. All right. So, and then there could just be some messages that could work overall. So let's go ahead and see what we have. The first card I see is writing. Okay, it says you heal, inspire, teach, entertain with the words that you write. So when we're talking about career, I always say this is like life purpose. Some of you have jobs that are like career-based jobs, but they're also a career. Some of you are happy in that position. Some of you planned on being in that position of a career. Some of you just needed a job, and it was like, oh wow, this job is actually a career. Some of you are still trying to figure out what that career is for you. And so you're not really knowing what direction to go. So I would say, use this as confirmation. If something pops up, something that you've been thinking or feeling, and it pops up, that could just be confirmation. You're going to want to use your own discernment always in decision making. Don't allow anything in this reading to make the decisions for you, not the people in your life or around you. Ultimately, it's your decision, but you'll know what resonates with you or not. We have justice. I feel like for some of you, the justice system, this could be the law, this could be anything that has to do with bringing fairness and protection to others who need your help. All right, some of you could be in the justice system. Some of you could be lawyers. With the writing card, some of you could be, writers or authors. Maybe you're thinking about going into one of these particular fields here for career. Your career is typically, I tell people, you want to figure out what your true life purpose is, because then you can build a career around that. Because whatever it is that you're meant to do, most likely, like your life purpose is something that you're going to do for a long time. It's going to be what you do for the rest of your life. A lot of us just get these jobs and we're not happy, and that's because we're not following what our true life purpose is. All right, so your career should align up to what your